Well, I haven't had a car talk in months, and honestly, these are my favorite videos. I've tried everything, man. You see my clickbait titles? That didn't work either. I still only got 10 views. I don't run Facebook or social media at all, and that's probably my huge problem. I'm not into it. I don't understand it. I'm to the point where I think people just got those to keep them from being lonely or something, because there's no way they have 2,000 friends. I don't even have 2 friends. I'm sure if I went on there, I could probably send people a bunch of requests and I'd have 2,000 friends instead of 2 in my life. But, man, I woke up today and I don't know what it is, but I was thinking so much about life and how hard it is to adjust getting older. By the way I lived. It's because of the way I lived. That's how I figure it today. Traveling all the time. I was thinking about today, man, where did time go? It just goes so fast. Everybody says it, but when you go and travel, it's such a weird feeling, because you'll be gone for 2, 3, 5 years, and you come back and everybody's got their own. You're not a part of anybody's life. And back then, even, we didn't have Facebook or updates, or I didn't have any of that even back then. We didn't even have smartphones. I had a flip phone most of my travels. I mean, if you wanted to take pictures, you used a Polaroid camera. That's the truth, right? And I was thinking about it today, and I'm like, man. So I never really had kids. I never got married. I never had a family. None of that stuff. And I think the more I look at it, I think it's a lot easier to grow up or to get older gracefully when you have like a family and you're kind of putting yourself into that situation. You're giving yourself to them, and you're happy to see them grow up and become adults and stuff. I think that changes the whole cycle of how you view things and how you're feeling as a person. But I'll tell you, I wake up some days and I feel like an alien in town, you know. I feel like, even now, but I've been in town now for a long time, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know if I missed something, or like, obviously everybody can travel. Everybody goes traveling, but if you go somewhere for a week on vacation, it's not traveling. I'm talking about moving somewhere, not knowing anybody, going there with the clothes on your back and maybe $1,000 if you're lucky. Moving into a motel, trying to find yourself a job, learning the area and community in another state, going through all the growing pains, and it's tough. It's a tough situation. I recommend it to anybody that's young that watched my videos, if they feel like they got the what do you call it? It takes a little bit of ingenuity, and you'll know if you got it. Anyway, today I just feel like some days I wake up and I feel like an alien. Like the way I chose to live my life was so different than normal people. I don't want to say it's like I missed something in life, but it sort of feels that way. Like, it's different. It's an empty type of different, you know. So I'm really jealous of a lot of my buddies. I see their pictures and everybody looks so happy, and they have families, their kids are going to college and everything, and I just can't even relate to it. It's just crazy to me. I can't even relate to that type of existence, you know. And now I've grown up and gotten old, and it's like, I look back and it's just like, when you're traveling the country, it's like time stands still, and you don't even notice it all until it all hits you at once, you know. Like, you'll be gone for 5-10 years, and it doesn't feel like, because every day when you're out there, what job am I going to get? What's my game plan? What's my goal of the week? What am I going to do? It's always in that localized area. You never actually feel like you don't even consider it. I don't know how to explain it to somebody. You have to travel. It's like, and then all of a sudden you get to a position in life where you can relax more, and you got your own room, your own house, your own bed, and it all hits you at once. Like, the time is gone. That's it, you know. Anyway, I like having these little fireside chats with myself because it's so therapeutic, you know, when I'm having a day like this or whatever. Because I really don't know what to do, you know. If all I really am good at was traveling, do I try to come up with a way to travel, you know? So it's been growing on me, like, do I do this one more time? Do I take my backpack and my dog and the van or whatever and outfit it with a solar panel? And I've traveled so much that I can do it at the snap of a fingers, because the first couple times you travel, you're so depressed, and it's almost like a punishment, because you're out there, you don't know what to do next, you don't even know where to start. You go to a motel and it's $150 a night, you can't do that. You don't know where you're gonna sleep, you're embarrassed. You go to a parking lot, it's scarier than hell to be your first time with no money sleeping in a parking lot, and you think everybody's watching you. You don't know when the cops are gonna show up, and blah blah blah. And there's a million different things that make it some of the scariest experience of your life. It takes a lot of guts. It's an empty, scary feeling when you're all the way 2,000 miles away. You don't know a single soul in a place, and you don't know where you're going to sleep, and you only got enough money for food for a month if you don't sleep anywhere besides in your vehicle, and you got to hope your vehicle don't break down. I was a mechanic, but even then, you see all the times on the side of the highway, I got myself in situations where always carry a 6-gallon gas tank from now on in the trunk when you're driving, because that's one thing I learned. I've been stopped on the highway, had to walk. One time it was 30 miles, I had to hitchhike to get gas or something like that, just to fill up the RV to get it to the next gas station. You never know when there's going to be, when you're in these little small towns, if you're taking different direct ways on the highway, I used to take it off a map, and you end up sometimes 30 miles out, you know, from civilization, and you run out of gas. Well, you better start tighten your shoelaces up, because you might be walking, and stuff like that you learn over the years. But the most important thing about traveling is having that understanding of what it's going to feel like. Within 2 days, I went traveling with people I met in college and stuff, and because I've traveled the whole country, you know, I've done it, 6, 7, 8 times. I've done the whole country. I traveled to California at least 5 times in my life. That's a 36 some odd hour drive from here, you know, through Colorado. And I'll tell you, most people just aren't made for it. The depression and longing to come home within the first week is so tough that a lot of the people I met in college that, you know, we just didn't like it or what that semester, and I traveled with some of them, took them to South Carolina. They didn't last no more than a week, and I couldn't even get them to go out for job interviews. You know, they couldn't even get out of bed or whatever. They'd be so depressed that, you know, I'd go there, and it was my 3rd time, I think, at the time, my 3rd different state, you know, so I'd go there with them, and I already had some plans at the time, you know. It's like you find the cheapest 1-week rental, you know. At the time it was like $250 a week or whatever, $200 a week, and I had boom, scheduled it all out. This is what we're going to do this week, this is how we're going to go out, and I'm going to fire off I'm going to go to the library, fire off 100 job applications for us, and boom, set up, you know, interviews, and try to get a job already coming, paycheck coming in within 2 weeks, you know, at you know, gas stations are easy to get jobs, blah, blah, blah. And within a week, I couldn't even get the guy out of bed, you know. Alec was that one's name. And the depression that sets in your first time traveling, there's nobody that can prepare you for it. I mean, it's deep. The only thing I guess you could compare it to is going to jail. It really is like that. I mean, it's obviously not as bad, but it feels that way, because you almost feel like you're in a jail cell because you're afraid to ask anybody for anything, you know. It's such a weird feeling. But anyway, I don't know. I like these little talks, and I've tried everything to get viewers and stuff, but I'm certainly not going to whore myself out on Facebook and stuff like that. I don't want anybody in town that I know to be watching my videos anyway. So, like they said, you never know when somebody's going to see one of your videos and like you, and they got a following, and it only takes one person for you to get 1,000 views, you know. The right person likes your personality or something, and they send it to a friend, blah, blah, blah. That's how the world works. So I'm gonna stay organic. I don't care. It's not worth it. I'd rather have nobody watch it than have everybody in town watching it and telling me I'm a loser or something, you know. Anyway,